Welcome, and thank you for being a partner with UGotClass. This is Bill Draves, president of Learn. Learn is a national association devoted exclusively to helping you as a continuing education unit in a community college to become more successful. We are 50 years old and we have a consulting staff and members all over North America. One of the things our members asked us to do in 2010 was to start UGotClass, which is our online courses and certificates. Learn and UGotClass are the only nonprofit online provider of classes and certificates. To get right to it, here's our ask. We are inviting you and a small number of other community colleges to commit to generating 100 plus UGotClass registrations a year. We want you to feature our 40 certificates. You can use the for-profits for anything UGotClass doesn't offer. And after you hit 100 registrations, we don't care what you do with the for-profits. Here's the three big upsides to becoming a top partner with UGotClass. Number one, UGotClass is superior quality education. You can be proud to offer our classes because your students will have a better learning experience. Number two, Learn as a whole is critical to continuing education in community colleges. And number three, you enable Learn to create the next big thing in services and benefits for you. One, superior quality education. Your students experience a higher level of experience and learning with UGotClass. Only one of our 200 partners with UGotClass offers UGotClass exclusively. So everybody else also works with for-profits, and they tell us that UGotClass is superior. Here's a couple of reasons. Our completion rate is 75%. Compared to Ed2Go, they have 55%. Our pass rate for quizzes is 80%. People can take them more than once to get there, but Ed2Go's default pass rate is 67%. That's failure anywhere else in the college. Our satisfaction rate is 96%, and that allows us to offer a full refund through the second week of the classes. That's halfway through the whole month. We work with you in your refund policy. We don't go around you. We work with you, but that's what we can offer. Here's the big difference. It's our faculty. As is the case with any education and learning, the teacher is the most important aspect. Our teachers are recognized experts, practitioners, and teachers. Many teach with community colleges and universities. Others are expert in their field. We don't advertise for instructors. Our instructors come from you and other community colleges and universities. So they recommend their instructors to us. So our instructors are vetted twice. Faculty build their own courses. We don't have an instructional designer who designs them all and then somebody just comes in and runs it. No, faculty own their own content and build their own course. So yes, they know their stuff because that is their stuff. They do their own original audio presentations because your students learn not just from reading, but by hearing what their instructor is saying and how their instructor says it. The for-profits can copy our courses. There's no regulation about that. But they can't copy our content and they can't copy our teachers. Our classroom is superior as well. To the left, you see a welcome page. When students first get into your online classes, they see a welcome page that changes every week because we want them to see what's new and what's different and what they're going to learn this week. In the top right-hand corner, you can see that we have just initiated polls because we are about education and we're going to tell you what your students and other students are interested in and what they are thinking. So you will see articles about what your students are interested in the workplace. And then number 3 at the bottom right, we have original nature videos that you can't find anywhere else that we recorded because when your students enter the classroom, they're worried about work or whatever, the kids, etc., and we want to transition them in 1 minute to being in a learning mode. And the 1-minute nature videos do that. Finally, we have instituted a new service for you. It's called Class Rank. We can tell you where your students rank. Employers want their people to take certificates, but they also want to know, how did my people do? And so any student or their employer, if their employer is paying for the class, can find out where your students rank. We have the top 15 students for our top 15 certificates, and the students come from 53 different partners. This is an exciting new innovation in online learning that we're happy to bring to you. Number 2, learn is critical to the field of continuing education in community colleges. We have known for 30 years that Learn and Learn members generate 10% higher registrations and income. So when you are a member of Learn, you generate 10% more registrations and income for your program. But recently, we have discovered that Learn is critical to the whole field and your whole operation in continuing education. Learn is the only one who has supported the print brochure. On the left-hand side, we have this publication on why you should not eliminate your print brochure. We are the only ones who have been doing that, and the print brochure is 70% of your registrations for non-credit. And on the right-hand side, we have just done a new report on how you and your non-credit students convert to credit for your very own institution. So you have a rate of at least 4% of your students, non-credit students, converting to credit and degree students within the next 4 years. There's nobody else who has reported this. This comes from 5 different independent sources, so we know this is true. So Learn is critical, and UGotClass funds the majority of Learn income. And third, when you become a top partner, you get many additional advantages and benefits and services for Learn for free. We can do a brochure critique. We will spend an hour with you online doing consulting on anything in continuing education you want to know. We will do a website critique for you. And we are creating now the next big thing for continuing education. What continuing educators want next is to be able to chart the top 100 or 200 courses in continuing education and see where the trends are going. So we will create that system for you where you can see what your trend is in registrations for each course, but also what the average is and what the best continuing ed programs are doing. So you can see whether the course is trending up nationally, stable, or declining. And this is what you want most because it involves thousands, tens of thousands of dollars of income on what to offer next. We anticipate charging $3,000 a year for the service, but for you as a top partner, we intend to give it to you for free. Thanks for listening. These are the 5 no-cost, easy action steps to get to become a top partner. When you verbally agree that you want to be a top partner, and of course there's no obligation, no guarantee, you're not obligating yourself in any way, but you're telling us that you want to become a top partner, then we will send you our next video that explains the 5 no-cost, easy action steps and how to get there. Thank you so much for your time and listening and being a UGotClass partner.